Good morning, it's Monday morning, starting the week off again. This is going to be me last week of doing these vlogs for the month anyway. I am going to do one next Monday for the 1st, because that makes up for the 1st of June that I missed. So you make sure you watch that one. What we're going to, oh well, obviously if you're watching yesterday's video, halfway through today we've got to take Em for her stitches out. I've got a few orders that needs to get sorted, so I'll be probably grinding bevels onto the no I'm not, I've got to start putting the knives in for temper. So I've had them cooled down and get them back into oven for sort of the temper out. The temper out is 175 degrees for a couple of hours, so I've got I can put them all in together. That's why I get all the heat treating done and then stick the tempering cycle on. So get those in. Couple of knives I can get start shaping the handles on, so I'll get those done. Any leather work for this week? I don't know just yet. No, just everything. Oh, I've got a mulgrave. One of the mulgraves need doing, and I need to sort out a piece of walnut. I have got some. I just need to make sure it's all right. So I've got a glue handle up for that. It needs some 3.2mm orange G10 on it. Luckily I've got some. If anyone knows where I can get orange G10 3.2mm thickness in reasonable sized sheets, ground flat stocks never had a big sheet in, they've always got the smaller strips, and I prefer getting the bigger sheets because I feel like you get less wastage out of it. Anyway, right, so yeah, get those jobs started. Part way through with one of them, and I'll see you in a bit in the workshop. Right, after a lot of tippy-tapping on the computer, I've got yesterday's video sorted, so I've uploaded, well, I'm about to upload that. I'm still rendering the video. I made the thumbnail, which are all a bit rubbish, but never mind. I'm going to get all the blades that I've heat treated in for tempering. So back into the oven. Like I say, they can all go in together. Basically, I've got this ceramic stand that they fit into. Just slide them all in. I think I've got 10 row stalkers and 4 of the muntjacks. In these go. One will have to go. No, put it on that side, be right. Right, so that's them all in. Let's right, I'll just get my thing plugged in, ready to go. Right, close the door up. Go for switch on. I need to put these washers away that I needed yesterday. Right, so this what's my program for this one? Recall 5. So I need to recall program 5, stand by, run, enter. That's it. I should hear a tick in a minute. There we go. Right, and it likes to beep at me, so I'll just switch the alarm off. Sorted. They're in, so that's 175 degrees, and they're in for a couple of hours. It might run for about an hour, 2.25 hours. But what I'll do is I actually do 2 or 3. Well, I usually do it for 3 tempers. I don't know if that makes it any better or not. So basically, I'll put them in. Timer will run. It'll switch off. They'll cool down. I'll check that there's any warping or out like that. It shouldn't be too bad. It's never too bad when you plate quench. But then I'll. If there is, I can sort of like basically clamp a blade against another piece of steel and just bend it slightly just to try and draw it back in. Fingers crossed I won't have to do that. But then I'll let them cool down and I'll put it through the process again. And then same again, let it cool and then put it through the heat tempering process again. So by the end of today, hopefully that's all my tempering all sorted. So then tomorrow I can start grinding the blades. But one thing I've got to do now is sort out a couple of handles that are going to be for those knives that I'm putting through now. Also, I want a mulgrave. that's got a walnut handle. So I'm going to start cutting that and getting that all sorted and gluing all together. So I've got everything that I need when I need it. I just found my cup of coffee. Always time for a brew. Right, Em's just come in and said, "Do you know anything about a parcel?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure." So goes into the house, has a look at it. A load of stuff. I just look, and then I thought, look at the box on the outside. I had an inkling who it was. But I just want to say, Ant, you're an absolute legend. Thank you very much. Em's blown away, absolutely, by the generosity here. Yeah, anyway. Brilliant, thank you very much. Moving on to the next thing, I've got my handles. They're all cut out, ready to glue up, so I'm going to get them sorted, put them onto me. I've just been trying to work out what I need to do. I have got to do a pine cone in resin. The pine cone at the minute is soaking in the stabilising resin. I'm going to give that to the end of the week, and then I'm going to make a pine cone handle block, which is going to have be blaze orange. One of these rose stalkers that I'm sorting out now, that it's for one of those, so I need to get that prepped up. I need to cut out some sheath material, well, sheath material, or leather as it's also known. Cut some leather out. I am waiting for a new piece of kit. As yet, it's on order. And I'm just waiting for them possibly to come into the UK so I can get it paid and I can get it delivered. If it comes in time, you'll get to see that. If it doesn't, I'll have to put it on another video later on. But let me get these cleaned up and glued. I'm going to carry on shaping out these handles. They're all nice and glued. I did them last week, so I just need to trim the pins down and then basically just start shaping. I just want to also do some laser engraving. I've got to do a fox with some initials, so I'm going to have a try at that. I'll show you what the fox is, I suppose. That one there, just picking up. So basically that one with some initials underneath it. What date are we on today? 24th, which, yeah, because basically by the time I show you this, the person whose knife it is will have already got it. So I'm going to get that laser engraving, just do it a few passes just to make sure that I'm happy with it. I might even just get the knife and just get the make sure it's at the right size as well. Send it through to the guy who's getting it, and just to make sure, get his approval. And then I'll crack on with others. So the next time you see me, I'll be covered in dust more than likely. But I have got to keep an eye on the time because obviously taking them in. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, let's just turn off for a second. There we go. Looking for them all over here. So, profiled all those up. Well, not profiled. Yeah, profiled them. Now I just need to get the material off the handle, sort of like the slope at the front, and then just inside, so that's almost like a Coke bottle shape. That's for both of them. Gone all the way around. Basically, this lower section here is all. And the rest of the handle is up to 600 grit. It's actually an A45 belt, tri-sack belt. I just take these last bit up here up to 1200 grit, which is basically the A16 tri-sack belt, because I know that I'm going to scratch all handle up anyway. I know it's sort of like a bit backward that you're sanding it then to scratch it up again, but it just gives us a bit of I can see what scratches I've got. I'll take it back up to 320, then I'll go back onto my belts, and then all scratches go in the same direction. Because there's one thing about scratches, that you can hide scratches in scratches. Sounds daft, but you can. I'm just going to put a bit more tape onto the blade, because obviously I've taken that top piece off, and then it gives me a chance to be able to start shaping everything up. Alright, so today so far I've been basically working on those two handles. Obviously I had the trip out midday, sort them out. She was a bit apprehensive about getting the stitches out because it's the first time she's had stitches out. Unlike me, who's spent multiple occasions going to A&E with trying to injure myself in amusing and stupid ways. So anyway, got those done. Got back, I was sanding handles down. I've got them down to a point where the walnut one is, I've just put it into some oil. Hopefully I've just overlaid a bit of video of them. The ebony one, I've still got to do my final bit of sanding, so it still needs 600, 800, 1200 grit. Quite a tough material, that ebony, to be able to work with. It should polish up really nicely, to be honest. That one's going to have a Kydex sheath, so before I oil it or polish it or anything like that, I'm going to make the Kydex sheath for it. So I'll be doing that tomorrow morning. The only thing I've got left to do now is to pick the youngest up from Scouts tonight. I've already dropped her off. They're going out canoeing and playing about on boards and rafting and what have you tonight. And then I got a message off the keeper on one of the shoots I got beating on. They've cut all the grass in the park, so I'm going to take the rifle for a walk and sit down by a tree, I think, for an hour or two, while it's still too warm to be traipsing around all over the place anyway. So yeah, just going out take it out for a sit down, see if there's out about. So I'll see you when I get sorted. Good evening. As I said, I'm going to take rifle for a walk tonight. Basically, we've got one small field, and it's grass. They usually put cattle on it later on, but they let it grow during summer. So we've got a load of. They've just cut it. They haven't picked it all up. It looks like they might have tethered it, and that's about it. So out in the centre, there's some selection of trees, and I think what I'll do is I'll get underneath one of these. Just so I'm at in the middle. See if it comes out along the edge of the wood. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. I was going to spend another half an hour or so, but my thermal went flat. First one. Oh, come on. There we go, that's better. First one I spotted me as I was going to where I was going to stand for evening. Then a bit later, sort of like I was at a clump of chestnuts, heard something behind me, turns round, there's only a fox going around opposite side of the cover, clocks me, well, it winded me for definite and then scurried off. A bit later on, there was an hare, and it come towards us, and I could see something behind it, and I thought, oh, that'll be another hare, that looks like it, and I thought it was bouncing along. I thought, hang on a minute, no it's not, it's a bloody fox. And it was obviously chasing, well not chasing, but trying to follow that hare, and I'm thinking, that thing's coming closer to me. And again, it was just on the wrong side of cover, and I just couldn't get round to it as it's coming towards me. And disappears off. And I never saw hotels, so I'm going to try again in a couple of nights' time, I think. Get into another position and get there a bit earlier. I couldn't get any earlier tonight because of picking my youngster up, and I didn't have my van. So yeah, try again, I think. There's always another evening, but I'll see you at some point in the morning when I eventually get up. I've still got to take the kids to school, so it's probably same as usual, but I'll be taking dogs out a bit later. I'll see you later.